So here's a very simple piece of user interface. It's really just there, the picture here with the picture of the character and the name of the character, etc., or actually the name of the class, and a very simple query to get this information out of the database, and then a very simple presentation. Even though it looks fancy, it's actually a very simple presentation, straight ahead presentation of the information that we just got out of the database moments ago. So we have our SQL query here. If you remember, it has a select, a from, and a where. The select says what pieces of information do we want. We want an image, we want a class name, and we want a class description. The from tag says where do we want to get it from. We want to get it from the class table. So remember, the class table as we just described it, or the class information type, has names, has images, has descriptions, and now we want one. But we want a particular one because we want to create the screen that's particular to the hunter class of characters. And so we use the where clause. The where clause allows us to say which particular one do we want. Not all of my classes, but only the class that has the name of hunter. So here we have a complete query. I want the image, the class name, and the description from the class table where the name of that class is hunter. Now, if you can see, I have that information. My processor inside my server has this information. It's made the query has come back from the database, and now I have this information. What do I do with this information? I paste it, so to speak, onto a page. So on this page, you can see that the class name goes on the page, and it's big and white. The description goes in, and it's in the smaller font, and the image is on the page as well. These are three distinct pieces of information that came out of the database and lay onto the page. If I had asked for a different kind of class, I would get the same kinds of information, but they certainly wouldn't say hunter in the same description and the same image. They would have a different name and a different description and a different image, and I could put those into this same frame as well. The page without the information on it is just a frame, and when I do the query, I get the specific information out, and I'm able to put it onto the page and lay it out in a way that is attractive and useful to my users. Okay, so there's the connection between the database and the user interface. The database has the information. The user interface has a bunch of blank slots that we put the information into. We call that a template. All right, so that's a pretty simple example. Let's dive in a little bit more and talk about the character.